Everybody, quick little update on the 76 Jeep J10. I finished, well, I want to say 90% done with welding the walls to the floor. Everything is welded in. It's taken 3 spools, 2-pound spools of flux core wire to finish this. That was a lot of wire, and to be honest, like I said, everything is spot bead welded. I actually was able to bead weld this once I tacked it in multiple spots. I was able to actually, bead weld maybe about an inch, and then, skip an inch, bead weld inch, you know what I mean? The whole thing is like that, and that's what I said I was going to do, and the reason why is because if I went through 3 spools just for this, every inch a weld or whatever, then it's going to be 3 more just to fill it in, maybe 4, you know what I mean? So it's just, that's way too much welding. And to be honest, all the fumes that it creates, even though I got the windows open, all the fans going, and the doors behind me open, it's just too much, you know what I mean? This is gonna hold. I mean, I could probably put like 4 tons in here, and the axles and springs would probably break before these welds actually break. So, but anyway, you can see the lines are all straight. Before I welded this in, the wheel well, this panel right here was, bulging out. Now it's straight. I need to, as I said in a prior video, the cross members right here, Dodge spaced them every 19 inches, and Dodge also cheaped out on the fucking floor. It's 22 gauge, like I keep complaining, and I actually saw a Dodge D250 for sale, and when it showed the bed right here where the cross member is and right there, the bed was just dipped every 19 inches, dipped, because the bed floor was so thin, and they put like heavy crap in there, and it just destroyed the bed, and I am not going to do that. So as I said in a prior video, I'm going to be taking T-posts, and I'm going to be putting them right between this cross member, that cross member, and then I'm going to take another T-post and cut it to length. This is just to give you an example, and I'm going to weld it from the T-post here to the cross member, from the T-post here to the cross member, and then same for this side, and then same for in the middle. That way, when I step here, none of this will really move. And then I'm going to do the same thing right here, and the same thing right there. It doesn't need it over here because I already have a T-post on the center of that. So another thing I need to do is once I put the T-post here, I need to also extend it with like another T-post or U-channel out here. Or just get a longer T-post. I have a longer one. So this one will probably go right there, and then I'll get a longer T-post, and it'll go from here all the way to the corner. And the reason why is because I'm realizing what Jeep did with their floors. So it's a double-walled bed. So this is an upper wall, and then there's an inner wall right between it. You can actually see the 2 pieces of metal. They're so close together. So they're 2 double-walled beds, and the way they were welded together down there actually gave it strength for this corner. I'm realizing that. So even though this is all welded in now, it's definitely much stiffer, and this thing barely moves. But if I take off the ratchet strap and try to move it, you can actually see this panel down here start to bend downward. And the reason why is because this panel is no longer welded to the secondary wall on the outside, just the inner wall. So I actually need to make a long T-post, like I said, to support the floor here all the way across to support that floor. And then, of course, they will be welded here with more T-posts to the cross members. And then that, like, I shape, basically, will support these corners better. So, yeah, that's the update. And like I said, again, I spot welded, tack welded, whatever. This one is not that great looking. You can see some more over here. You see how I just did like, short little beads, like 1.5, 1 inch beads every couple inches, up, down, both sides. All of this stuff. I'm not going to continue the bead and connect all of them. Again, it's just too much welding, too much smoke. This is plenty strong, and to be honest, I bet you this is stronger than factory. So, and I also cut off the bed that was hanging out of the back here, so now you can I hope you can see it, but now you can see there's no like bed sticking out back there. And to fix the header panel that was pushed inward, because like once you, and if you're wondering, yes, this piece right here is actually the piece that I cut off from here that was sticking out back there. So I just reused it, flipped it over, and used it to fill in the gap to weld this wall to that floor. So, but anyway, since this header panel was pushed way in, it was rubbing up against the cabin, and I didn't really think about this. I'm like, hey, why haven't I thought of this before? So I just took a pair of needle nose pliers that are broken or whatever, and I just welded them to the panel and used that to pull the panel closer so I can actually weld it to this right here, and now the panel is straight. So anyway, I'll let you guys go. So far, no issues, no hiccups. Everything has gone great. You know, like I said, once I take this off and the tailgate, which I already did, this stays straight. It doesn't move anymore. But I'm still going to be doing that support underneath because the floor, like I said, still wiggles there. So anyway, I'm going to stop for tonight. Still need to fix a few spots here. Like I said, it's 90% done. Need to take my wire wheel, clean all of this stuff, and then I need to paint it with rust reformer, just to, you know, get a coat of paint on there, maybe 2 coats. And then I'm going to take some seam sealer, and I'm going to seam seal all of this. So all of this is going to be sealed with a seam sealer that's just like they did from factory. It's probably going to take like 2 or 3 tubes at least, because I have to seal the top and the bottom. And you know, once I seal it, I'm just going to paint it on, make sure it fills in all the gaps and the holes and stuff like that, because I want the bed at least mostly all watertight. And when that's done, then like I said, I'm going to sand everything down, and I'm going to use that roll-on bed liner, that thick, heavy-duty bed liner. Not the Rust-Oleum stuff. I can't remember the name of the shit, but yeah, this thing is going to be coated in that. So it's a lot of welds, I know, and they're all showing, I understand that, but once it's painted, once the seam sealer is on, once the bed coating is on, you're really not going to see that because the bed coating is rough and gritty, and you know what I mean? So it's all going to match. It's all going to look good. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll let you go, I promise. But instead of fixing the gas tank right away and replacing the gas lines, since the bed is done, the cabin is done, I'm going to clean the carburetor next after I get all this painted, of course, so it doesn't start rusting. I'm going to clean the carburetor next, and I'm going to put like a 2 or 3 gallon gas can on the hood, run it directly to the carburetor after I'm done cleaning it, and soon, I predict within this week, unless I have issues, you'll see me driving this thing. So finally get to be freaking driving this thing. It's been like 5 months now. So anyway, see you guys later. Thanks for watching.